Hello and welcome back to Feed the Beast Evolution. We're up to episode 12. And today we're going to start sorting out some storage for all of the energy that these solar panels are generating. Oritech actually has a huge energy storage solution. So shout out to the commenter who mentioned that in the last episode. In between episodes I kind of made this look a bit nicer. We've now got a proper path leading up to it. And you can see we've got all the way around here some big windows. I've kind of terraformed the outside here. And we've got a little room inside. Well, I say a little room, it's actually a pretty massive room really. We've still got these cables on the ceiling and we can see the dirt, which is still tossing up how I'm going to deal with that. Maybe I'll just like sort of cover it up, but we'll still be able to see the cables. I'm not sure. But I don't mind seeing the cables. I don't think it looks that bad. So the power storage option in Oritech that I'm thinking of doing is called Schrödinger's Safe. And this looks pretty crazy. It's got an interesting crafting recipe here, and it's kind of hard to see what it looks like by the little icon there. But it looks like we put different blocks inside it, and it will store different amounts of energy depending on how many of the lasers from Oritech are sort of lasering it. The lasers exponentially increase it, so it can store quite a bit. We are almost able to make this as is. The flux gate here we've made before, we made those for the lasers. Duracium ingot, I'm pretty sure I looked at that, and that's just alloying platinum and netherite, which we should be able to do easy as. So the only other thing really, the energy storage, that's all easy. I think we've made all this stuff before. The main thing though is these super AI chips, which is made using an atomic forge, which we haven't made at all. So that's another Oritech machine. And this turns a duracium ingot into the super AI chip with a couple advanced computing engines. And the advanced computing engines are also made in the atomic forge, and that's with the processing unit and silicon wafer, which again is made in the atomic forge. So there's quite a few things here that we're going to need to make in the atomic forge. So I imagine we should probably just get straight on to making one of those. Because we do already have 600 plastic sheets and 374 carbon fiber strands from when we had the machines running last time, we shouldn't have to set up any more of the centrifuges. I imagine it'll just be maybe the foundry, the assembler. We'll definitely need the indirect lasers. Yeah, it shouldn't have to be too bad though. We'll just kind of set them up quickly here and see how far we can get. First things first, we'll get one of these assemblers running, creating our processing units. And of course, the processing units will let us make a few more of the flux gates. Once we get those, which we should have some fluxite and platinum. So we'll get those going in another assembler. And we're gonna need a couple to make the atomic forge, as well as a duracium ingot, which is what we needed the foundry for. So we'll mix some platinum and netherite in there. Should get us our duracium, get more of these bad boys going. We should already be able to make an atomic forge, I think. Yeah, look at that. Oh. So where do we want to put this? Maybe just over this side for now. And of course it needs some machine cores all the way around. Look at that, that's a cool multi-block. I like that. Now, this atomic forge needs to be powered by indirect lasers. So we gotta throw a couple of these down. We need to give them machine cores, of course. And I've got my target designator here, so I can grab the atomic forge as the target and we can throw it into, oh. Don't know what happened there with the laser. Oh. Alright, so that looks like it broke my framed floorboard for some reason. We'll put that back. That's fine. I guess the lasers are probably like getting in the way of the block or something. It's all good. We'll leave it for now. And in this atomic forge, I'm going to put a stack of silicon, split there, and then carbon fiber strands, Yeah, look at that. Now this thing's going. It's going hard, actually. Silicon wafers. Yeah, so it looks like these lasers are just giving it power. It's just filling up. It's going quite quickly, actually. I'm surprised. 32 silicon wafers. Now, of course, we need the silicon wafers and more of the processing units. And now that I've got a bunch more processing units, I can use the processing units with the silicon wafers in the atomic forge. And that should give me the advanced computing engines. You can get 16 of those, and then these we can use in the engraving machine again to turn into the super AI chips. Now we just need some of that duration, which I think should be done here in the foundry. And we need 2 of these, so I guess I'll just make 2. Let's see how we go. Oh, this one takes quite a bit more energy, actually. There we go, super AI chip. So we need that for the Schrödinger's safe. Those are the couple there. We've got the couple duration, we've got the flux gates. Now I just need to make a large energy storage. So that's a few advanced batteries. Easy. And a dubious container, which is also pretty straightforward. There we go, large energy storage. Now all we need is these 2 super AI chips. And there we go, Schrödinger's safe. Now I'm not 100% sure how this thing works. Looks like I need to right-click a target block with this item in my hand. So let's see, do we have our dragon egg? Yeah, we got our dragon egg. I think that's the best thing that we have at the moment that I saw. Because it can be done with a block of redstone, TNT, blocks of fluxite. Those are all low capacity though. Medium capacity is dragon egg, nuclear explosion device, and a Manhattan module. High capacity blocks is a black hole, but I don't have any idea how to get a black hole. So we'll just stick to the dragon egg for now, I think. So if we head up here, I'm thinking I'm just going to get rid of this. Maybe we'll break down a few of these cables as well, just to clear out the space a little bit, because I don't know how much space this is going to take. And then I do need to build out some blocks to place the dragon egg on. I wonder if I should place it below. Yeah, is this gonna work? So I placed the dragon egg on there, and then it says with the Schrödinger's safe, right-click a target block with this item in hand, and it'll capture the block as a core of large multi-block energy storage. Oh, yeah, we can see the area that it takes up there. Okay. I'm just going to do it. No? Oh no, where did I... Oh. Oh no, our dragon egg's gone missing. This is going to... We need to pick this up. Maybe I need to shift click it rather than just... Alright, we picked it up again. That's good. Let's try that again. So we place it down there, and then can I... Oh! Whoa! Look at that! Wow, that is fancy looking. Oh, and the way it's like pulsing and stuff as well. That's cool, and we can see the dragon egg in there. Spinning around. So at the moment it says it can hold 20 million... Oh, what have we got here? 20 million RF, I think. Whereas our ultimate energy cube can store 100 million. So at the moment our ultimate energy cube is much bigger. Where do we put power? Outputs RF at the top and bottom. Insertion is done from the sides. Well, that works out well, right? We can just straight up connect these up. And that should kind of start loading up the block. Yeah, I mean, it's already filled up there. All right, so we just need to get this thing to store a bit more power. And the way we do that is with our enderic lasers here. So I'm gonna break these ones. We can use these. And I assume the indirect lasers still need to have power, but if I place them around, should I do them down the bottom here maybe? Yeah, I wonder if I can just like and then target designator, I guess I'll just designate one of these blocks. Position stored. Oh. Alright. That looks like it's working. We'll activate all of these. Oh, whoops, I think that one actually... Oh no, that's worked. Alright, so we're lasering up this. That's pretty cool. Look at that. I like that our lasers properly point in the right direction now as well. Alright, so we're already at over 300 million RF, which is bigger than our ultimate energy cube. So I mean, we're already killing it. I wonder how much this uses from these indirect lasers, you know? Maximum usage, 128 RF per tick. Alright, that's not too bad. Like, wait, that's all good. One of these makes 4,000. So we can literally have 40, I mean not quite, but close to 40 of these indirect lasers can be powered by a single solar panel. This is really efficient. I like it. We'll grab our framed board to replace down here. Oh. It looks cool too, having the lasers facing up. I wonder, I'll probably put them on the ground even, right? Yeah, I think that's probably gonna look a bit better. So I'm gonna remove these. Oh, I wanna make a bunch more indirect lasers now. I wonder how big we can get this thing going. I was wondering why it wasn't working, but I guess it just needed a jump start. The lasers needed some power before the Schrödinger safe would start outputting power. So the one thing I had to do here was just turn this end of the universal cable to pull out from the Schrödinger safe. And once I did that, these all started up as they should. So it can hold 2.9 billion RF, and it looks like it's receiving 184,000 per tick. 3 sources. I'm guessing that's the 3 cables we've got running in here. Alright, so that tells us that our solar panels overall are generating us 184,000 RF per tick, which is a pretty big step up from the 3,000 or however much this sugarcane farm was generating us. And I like that we can see the top of the Schrödinger safe sort of sitting in the top in the middle here as well. Yeah, nice. Look at that. Pretty good power situation, I reckon. And if we do ever need more storage, I mean, I should just be able to throw another layer of these enderic lasers around the outside and it should be able to store just insane amounts. Now, with that out of the way, there are a couple other things that I was wanting to look into this episode. Firstly, I wouldn't mind hooking this up to the rest of our system, our applied energistic system, because at the moment it's just sitting by itself, not really doing anything. But in order to hook that up, I think I'm going to need to run an extra cable all the way down. Yeah, because we've currently got, from our current power gen, this yellow cable that's running all the way across down here. I mean, pretty much just this, right? We just need this set up, but down the other end, where our new power generation is. So I'll need to make another energy acceptor, which we can do here. And the other thing is, I think with our P2P network, we will of course need a energy P2P tunnel and a bunch of the glass cable here. So I think the thing is with the energy P2P tunnels, the P2P card here, which should have the energy P2P tunnel there, I'm pretty sure the source needs to be connected first. So I think I am going to have to go around and reconnect up all our outgoing energy P2P connections, which is a little bit annoying, but I should be able to figure out where most of them are. It should be pretty straightforward. I know we're going to need a ton more of this yellow glass cable as well, because we have to run it all the way down to the solar panels. So I'm definitely going to make more of this. Yeah, that should be plenty. All right, I'll start with running a cable, I reckon. Now what I think I'm going to need to do is clear this energy memory card. Oh, it's a bit scary doing that. And then give it a new frequency. Now 1F00 is our new energy P2P frequency. And so I just need to go around and connect this up to anywhere in our system that is using power. So we've got the auto processing, we've got the manual processing, we've got one side of our hostile neural networks, the other processing side of our hostile neural networks. And to be honest, I think that's actually it. None of this other stuff is actually using power. Like our mystical agriculture, that's all automatic, no power. None of this stuff is using power. It was actually less than I thought. So now that that's all transferred over, we should, in theory, be able to head down and unplug our old power gen over here and see if anything breaks. Main thing here, of course, is we want to make sure we still have access to our ME system and that the dense energy cell isn't losing any energy, the controller isn't losing any energy, and I mean, it all looks good. We can head over here and check our Schrödinger safe as well, which can tell us that we're currently using 2K RF per tick. So we're obviously using power, and that's just powering the general machines in our base. So that's it, we're all swapped over. This system is now obsolete. Maybe it's time to turn it off. What do you reckon? There's the crushing factory turned off. All of these probably have a bit of bioethanol they're burning through, but when they're done with that, that'll be it. I'll have a think about what we want to put in place of this. Let me know in the comments what you reckon. What would be good to put here? I mean, we can always leave it as like a monument to our first power generation, but I mean, this is literally worse than a single solar panel, so There's not much point in keeping it. And with that done, there's another thing that I'm wanting to do this episode. It's kind of a bit of a cleanup task, something that I've been meaning to do for a while, and that's automate, of course, our prediction matrices. So at the moment, these still aren't automated. We're kind of just running off the backlog of predictions that we've had for quite a while. Do we even have any prediction matrices in here? Nah, we don't. At the moment, gold and iron are both being automated. As soon as we run below 1,000, I believe it is, the hostile neural network system will fire up and make us more. Clay is something that we aren't generating automatically. Glass, similar to gold and iron, we have a system that will automatically regenerate that once we run out. I do need to craft it into glass panes though. And in order to automate the clay, I'm thinking we're just gonna do classic mystical agriculture again. We're gonna get some dirt essence and water essence starting to be made. Now dirt essence, there's actually a few things here that we can craft out of it. Things like mushrooms, which down the track might be useful. I mean, other than that, maybe some mud if we're building with a specific block. Similarly, the water can be used for a couple other things. I mean, kind of useful if we need water buckets in any recipes. We can kind of use the water essence. And of course to make concrete too. Yeah, so they're both kind of useful. So we might as well just make them. I am just going to make one seed of each just because, I mean, this stuff will stack up over a long period of time. There isn't that much that quickly that we'll need. The dirt seeds are really straightforward. We just need 4 dirt, literally that easy. The water, we need this water agglomeratio. There's that word again that I love saying. And so we'll need 4 buckets of water. Luckily, we've got a sink right there. And I should be able to make these actually. There we go. Now we'll head over and make our seeds. We'll do our usual swap out for some of the inferium seeds. See where we're up to here. What do we got in here? Oh yeah, there's a couple here, that'll work. Dirt and water. So we should start to see some of the dirt and water essence showing up in our system. Yep, there we go, dirt essence and water essence. I just need to make sure I make a couple void upgrades. We'll make another size upgrade as well, just so we know we're storing enough of this stuff. And where did I have our other essence? The dye essence, did that go? Oh, it's just here. So I guess we'll throw it in here with these other ones. So dirt essence. I'll kind of start a new section here. So we got dirt essence, water essence. These can each have a void upgrade and a gold upgrade, so they can hold up to 32k, and they should just fill up. And of course, eventually, once we run out of space, they'll just start voiding it, but 32k I'm sure is enough for now. Now, of course, we need to make a couple formulaic assemblicators. This is, of course, just until we get auto crafting set up. They'll need a couple crafting formulas too, as well as export and import buses. I realized I might actually need a third formulaic assemblycator because we need to craft the glass, the clay, and then of course the prediction matrices. We'll use our last little line down here, which should be alright as we will be setting up auto crafting at some point soon, I think. So unfortunately, I had to change the setup here a little bit. I had to put these glass blocks on top of the level emitters, just because I found that the level emitters were turning on and activating the block that was the formulaic assemblycator, which would then kind of also activate the one next to it. It was kind of being weird. But I found that this does fix it, having a block above, so that it activates that block, and then that block activates the formulaic assemblycator. It's just weird that it works a bit differently to how the previous setups that we've done have worked. It's kind of weird. Oh well, it's working now. We'll get auto crafting up soon and we'll be able to tear all this down and not use these formulaic assemblicators at all. Anyway, making sure that we've got drawers for all these things. We've got clay up there. We've got glass panes here, which I just put in. And then, of course, the prediction matrices are down here. And I think that's it, right? Because we got the old, yep, the essences here. Nice. All right, that should be good. Now that we're getting the prediction matrices automatically, we should see some of these running at some point, I guess. Yeah. Because we should be a little low on all the predictions. And I mean, with that, it's probably a good point to end the episode. Sorry for the bit of delay in between this episode and the last one. My computer somehow managed to just die, but we're back up and running now. Thanks for watching, especially if you made it this far. Like and subscribe. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next episode.